the bowling venue of the Pan Am Games in 2015. We say hello, Canada, and welcome to the TSN Classic Bowl Championship, and very excited to have some of Canada's best bowlers back on the network, and more thrilled to have this gentleman alongside who was here when this facility, Classic Bowl, opened back in 1991. He's a 13-time winner on the PBA, and you'll know him from our PBA coverage, of course, Randy Peterson. And welcome back to Canada.
Great to be back. Thanks, Vic.
We had 105 bowlers try to qualify for the 24-seeded spots, and now we're down to match play. All the bowlers playing a series of 8 games to get here, but with match play now, the dynamic changes. So what are some of the keys?
It really does. Now they're in one-game matches, so there's no room for mistakes. The players must choose the right equipment, choose the right paths of the pocket, and make adjustments on the fly.
Now we're going to see the top 3 seeds against the bottom 3 seeds. And we'll start off with Terry Crowik from St. Catharines, Ontario. 8 games, not one of those games below 200. Joe Kayak is a former member of the Canadian national team. He's been on TSN many times. And how about David Samar? Seeded number 3 from Granby, Quebec. He is a former winner of the TSN Pins game. Those are the 3 games that'll get us going on week 1 of the TSN Classic Bowl Championship. It's match 1, show 1 of the TSN Classic Bowl Championship. And it's the number 1 seed, Terry Crowik from St. Catharines, who averaged 223, not one game below 200, against the 24th seed, Robert Brace from Mississauga. And Brace really did bowl his way into this. He started off his qualification series of 8 games with a 170, a 152, still managed to make the 24th seed. That's the way to start it up.
Yeah, I guess he's showing everybody early why he's the number 1 seed.
I think so. I think we're going 1-2-2.
35-year-old Robert Brace. First time on television for him, so he's got that to deal with too. Crossed over and got away with it.
That's got to be early nerves, and there's nothing like bowling under the bright lights of television. And early on, Vic, what I'm seeing between these 2 players is 2 completely different styles. You have early timing with Robert and a much later, slower delivery in Terry Crowik.
Oh, he rattles the 10.
You know, there's nothing worse than catching that great break and getting that Brooklyn strike. You come back, you follow it up with a really nice shot only to leave a ringing 10. It's kind of like getting punched repeatedly in the gut.
You just don't want to see it too often. Nice pick up the spare for the warehouse manager from O.B. Schenk. '53-year-old Crowik with a strike up in 1. Boy, he gets it down the lane, huh? Oh, my.
Yeah, a lot of loft in that delivery. Here's the loft you're talking about, Vic. Not a lot of knee bends, so his launch angle is a lot higher off the floor, but his hand stays behind the ball beautifully, and there's the nice pin action. That's why you put revolutions and power on a bowling ball, to carry those off hits.
Crowik has been on TV before, twice on the TSN Pins game. Back in '97, he made it all the way to the semifinals. Boy, he's found the pocket. Look at that. 3 in a row to start for the number 1 seed, Terry Crowik.
Well, he's found the pocket, and he's found some nice pin carry early. The first shot he threw in the first frame was dead flush. The last two shots, little light mixers. Robert coming up just a little bit light on that right lane, leaving the 2-5. And this is what I noticed in practice, Vic. Robert had trouble getting the ball to kind of come around the corner and face up to the 1-3 pocket. I think the adjustment for him is trying to get his ball speed a little bit softer so that bowling ball can make a little sharper move into the 1-3. See the early timing there, gets the ball into the swing much sooner than Terry Crowik.
And this is what you were referring to earlier about, it's one thing to choose the right equipment. It's how you use it as well. Make adjustments to the lanes too.
Without question. And so now Robert's asking himself, well, am I using the right bowling ball or am I playing the correct line? So there's a lot of indecision going on right now. But I think he's fine with the ball he's using. Again, I think he just needs to back the speed down. If you look at the motion on the lane, or lack thereof, there's not a lot of back-end motion for Robert Brace.
He wrapped it around, and so an open for Robert Brace here in 4.
Remember, this is a one-game elimination match, so like we talked about in the open, no room for mistakes.
Working on the triple, or as they call it, the turkey, of course. Just too much head pin?
Yeah, caught a little bit too much of that at the bottom of the swing. That ball snapped up high, but the nice break of only leaving the 6-10. But he's happy with that. He'll take the 6-10. You put the hand up saying, okay, my bad. But Vic, let me ask you, 3 in a row in Canada is a turkey?
Yeah.
What do you call 4 in a row here?
I don't know. I don't think we got anything.
Well, you don't call it the ham bone, do you?
No, but don't. No, but we know that you do in our coverage of the PBA Tour. Yes, we do.
I was just checking.
We do. Nice cover for Crowik to get the spare and keep the marks going through 4. When you talk about their different approaches and the different speeds, you've got somebody here that's a little older, 53. He's been bowling 15 more years than Robert, and I'm wondering if that's part of it. Do you physically change as you bowl?
No, I don't think so. This is his game, and it's probably been his game forever. And he's got a little bit more deliberate timing. Oh no!
Yeah.
And to me, this is the worst break in bowling. It's the pocket 7-10 split. It's a fraction of an inch from being perfect, and instead of just leaving the 10 pin or the 7 pin, you leave both. So a pocket hit now turns into an open frame unless Terry can convert the 7-10 split.
How often do you see this?
We see it a lot, but it's only been converted 3 times in the history of television.
Off the wall and come back, no. So an open. And if you're Robert Brace, you've just thrown an open. Now you've seen Crowik throw one too.
Slow it down.
Well, he's got to get himself back in the game. So here's the adjustments on the fly that we talked about in the open. He's got to make one right now and figure out a way to get his ball to face the 1-3.
Oh, he got it. He turned his back on it and was surprised.
Hey, a little luck never hurt anybody. Watch this. He leaves the 3-10. The 10 gets tripped forward into the 3-pin. What a huge break. Now, for Robert Brace, he has to find a way to take advantage of that huge, huge break.
There you go. So maybe that little lucky break to get the strike leads to a back-to-back.
Well, he took advantage of the misfortunes of Terry Crowik. When Terry leaves the pocket 7-10, Robert steps up and goes trip 10 into the 3 and then follows up with a nice strike for a double. And right now we have an 8-pin match.
he suddenly lost it.
Have the kids scream, thanks.
Little distraction in his backswing for Terry. He's got to somehow recompose himself and try to convert the 3-9. Nicely done.
That'll settle some nerves as he picks up the spare. Now he's going to feel better about the hit. I mean, he gets it to into the 1-3 pocket, leaving the 10. Certainly, he would have liked a better result, but considering what he has been throwing, isn't he happier?
He's happier about the shot, but here's the problem, Vic. He converts the 10-pin here. Robert Brace can step up in the 7th and 8th, throw 2 strikes, and take the lead in this match for the first time.
So after the open in 5, back-to-back spares now for Crowik. He's working on a double.
Oh. Wow, what a great shot Robert Brace just threw there, and he was looking to take the lead with that shot, only to leave the ring in 10. Watch this. And remember, we talked about what he had to do, what adjustment he had to make. Well, he made it. It was perfect. He slowed his ball speed down just a little bit. You saw the turn there into the pocket, only to leave the 10. We've got a 10-pin match, my friend.
Well, the other thing was just nice for Robert right now, Robert Brace of Mississauga, is that, okay, I had the open. I was able to keep the marks going. 2 strikes, another spare. And it'll just spin around the 10.
Real bad time to leave the 210. Just a little wide of target. Ball doesn't turn the corner. Now he's going to look to try to slide the 2-pin into the 10-pin.